Christmas Eve, 1944, and the 101st Airborne was surrounded. Outside, the artillery sang a monotonous, deadly carol. Private First Class Leo, from a cramped apartment in Queens, was trying to sleep sitting up, his back against a crate of rations. Then he heard it. A thin, reedy, desperately cheerful sound. Pa-pa, pa-pa. He opened his eyes. In the far corner, lit by a single guttering candle, was Private Hendricks, the farm boy from Iowa everyone called Hank. He was hunched over something in his lap, his cheeks puffed out. The sound came from him. He was playing a harmonica. But it was wrong. Silence. God, Hendricks, give it a rest, someone grumbled from the dark. You're murdering it. Fifth one from the end. Won't make the note. He knew the feeling of something being broken, of a piece missing. His whole world was missing pieces right now. He looked at the little metal instrument in Hank's grimy hands. Let me see. He took it, holding it up to the candlelight. He was a watchmaker's son. His world before the war had been one of tiny springs, of precise adjustments, of making broken things whole and tick. He had no tools, no spare reeds, just the contents of his pockets, a wad of lint, a bent hairpin liberated from a care package, an idea fragile and foolish as the candle flame flickered in his mind. "Gimme your canteen cup," Leo said. With a sigh, Hank handed it over. Leo poured a thimbleful of precious water into it. He carefully peeled the waxed paper from the cigarette pack, soaking a tiny square in the water to make it pliable. With the hairpin and the penknife, his hands steady as they had been at his father's workbench, he began a surgery. He couldn't fix the reed. It was snapped. So he didn't try to fix it. He bypassed it. He used the soaked paper to carefully mute the broken fifth reed, preventing air from passing through it. Then, with the hairpin, he made a microscopic adjustment to the reed on either side, slightly bending their pitches to compensate for the missing note in the scale. In a hole in the ground, waiting to die, a man was fixing a harmonica. It wasn't the rich, full sound of before. It was thinner, a little mournful, but it was in tune. He handed it back. Hank put it to his lips, his eyes closed, and breathed out. The waltz flowed, whole and sweet and unbroken, into the cellar. You could hear the ghost of the missing note, a slight breathy space where it should have been, like a man dancing with a slight limp, but it was music. Real, honest-to-God music. One by one, the exhausted, frozen men in the cellar sat up. One, a hard-faced sergeant from Texas, began to tap his finger against his boot in three-quarter time. The artillery outside became the dull percussion section. When Hank finished, the last note hung in the air, warmer than the candlelight. The silence that followed was different, softer. "Thanks, Leo," Hank whispered, staring at the harmonica. Leo looked at his hands, the watchmaker's hands that had just recalibrated a piece of the world. He thought of his father's shop, of the quiet triumph of a restored tick. "Didn't fix the broken piece," Leo said softly, lying back against the crate. "Just changed the song so we could still dance to it." Outside, the war went on. But inside, for the rest of that long night, the men of that cellar slept a little easier, serenaded by the stubborn, beautiful sound of an imperfect waltz, played on 4/5 of a harmonica.